guys, welcome back to my channel. How's it going? I hope you're all doing alright. And as you can see from the title, today's video is going to be my top 3 Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palettes. I own quite a lot of Makeup Revolution or Makeup eyeshadow palettes, and I've decided that I would pick out my top 3 eyeshadow palettes from these brands and basically just talk to you why I think they are good and also how much they cost. So without further ado, I would also like to mention, if you like me and my channel and the content that I post, I would really appreciate if you would subscribe if you haven't already, of course. Like this video and also comment down below just if you have any questions or if you would like to talk to me about anything or even just to give me feedback, whether it's positive or negative. I appreciate you guys and all the feedback that you give me, so I would be really happy to hear from you in the comment section down below. And also all of these 3 eyeshadow palettes will be linked down below. If you want to check them out, I will be linking them in the Tan Beauty website because I think that they're the easiest to find in there and easiest to get in there. So yeah, so let's get right into it. So the first eyeshadow palette, I'm going to start off from the cheapest to the most expensive, is the Makeup Revolution Colour Chaos eyeshadow palette. The packaging looks like this. This one is the one that I kept in the actual box as well, just because I like the actual box more than what it looks like on the inside. And as you can tell, it's a colourful eyeshadow palette. Makeup Revolution doesn't do that many colourful eyeshadow palettes, so it is really nice to see really good one. And this eyeshadow palette cost £6, which is absolutely amazing, especially because of the quality of the eyeshadows on the inside. But yeah, without the cardboard box, this is what the palette looks like. If I'm looking over there, that's because that's where I've got my mirror set up to see the actual back of the camera. But you open it up, and standard Makeup Revolution palettes or palettes, you get the little note with the actual names of the eyeshadows. And then this is what the palette looks like. I'll just spin it like this. Basically, you have the mirror right here and obviously the shadows right here. I'm going to spin it so I'm not flashing you with your own reflection, basically. But this is what the colours look like. Now, I absolutely love the colour selection. These circular ones are more pastel colours, but some of these are as well. And generally, you have a great mix of shimmers and mattes in here. And believe it or not, they are actually pretty pigmented. I consider both the shimmers and the mattes actually really pigmented. They won't be as pigmented as if you buy Kat Von D colourful eyeshadow palettes or Urban Decay colourful eyeshadow palettes, but they are still really pigmented, and I actually prefer these, and I don't have the need to be going to Urban Decay and buying one of their Vice palettes. Because of the quality of these eyeshadows, I have created many colourful looks with this eyeshadow palette, and yeah, I definitely think that it is one of those palettes that's worth it. I'm just going to do a couple of swatches for you guys so you see what I'm actually talking about. And these are some of the swatches. Now, the swatches don't do it justice because on the end of the day, just because eyeshadow swatch is certain way doesn't mean it's going to perform the same way on your eyelid, but you might get like a rough idea of what the actual eyeshadows look like. I still think that they are absolutely beautiful. I don't get frustrated when I'm working with these eyeshadows because they just perform well on my eyes. And if you're in the market for an eyeshadow palette that is colourful, but you're on a budget, you don't want to spend too much money on it, and you're also a beginner so you don't want to mess up with colourful eyeshadows, then I would definitely recommend this one. Now moving on to the second eyeshadow palette, which is again, all 3 of these palettes are by Makeup Revolution, not by Makeup or anything like that. And this second eyeshadow palette retails for $6.99, and it is their Makeup Revolution Professional Eyeshadow Palette Neutrals versus Neutrals. And it looks like this. Unfortunately for this one, I didn't keep the actual box because I already unpackaged it. But basically, this is what it looks like on the outside. You've got the little label with the name of the actual eyeshadow palette. And then you open it up, and I'm pretty sure this one did come with the little slip with the names, but I just threw it out. But this is what it looks like. Again, you got an amazing mirror on one side, and then these are the colours on the inside. And as you can see, it is very neutral eyeshadow palette, but with the pops of colours, which are very in. They're still really in at the moment, and they are also really perfect for fall at the moment, or for autumn as we say in the UK. And I don't know what it is, but I prefer Makeup Revolution eyeshadow formula in the rectangular. I prefer the Makeup Revolution eyeshadow formula in the rectangular eyeshadow pans more than the circular eyeshadow pans. Just because I don't know what it is. I for whatever reason they perform differently on my eyes, and I think that these the ones that are in these types of pans are a lot better. And I don't know, it's definitely one of those palettes that I see a lot of people using. I see it working on a lot of different skin tones as well, and it is only $6.99. So like, you don't have to go and buy the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, or you don't have to go and buy, I don't know who else does warm tones, but you know what I mean. You don't have to go and spend ridiculous amounts of money on high-end eyeshadow palettes when you've got this palette right here, which it's a great quality eyeshadow palette. It's very pigmented, but not to the point where you can't work with it. You can build it up and intensify the colour. The shimmers are great, and they perform even better when you apply them with your finger or wet brush, but they work fine on their own as well. You have great colour choice in here, and it's only, as I said, it's only $6.99, and it's great for beginners but also people who are on a budget. And the reason why I didn't pick up Urban Decay Naked Heat palette is because I have this one, and I don't think that I need the Urban Decay Heat palette. I'm just going to do some swatches for you, and I'll show you them right now. Now, here are some swatches of the actual eyeshadow palette. I just tried to fit as many swatches as possible on my hand, but obviously, again, swatches are not the real representations on how the eyeshadow is going to perform on your actual eyelids, but I still think that you can definitely tell a difference between this one and the first one that I've shown you, that this one is a lot more pigmented, and especially the mattes are, which mattes are definitely a lot harder formula to make than the shimmers. And I don't know, you can make this palette work for if you're just going to work. You can make this palette work if you're going a night out, or generally you can create several different looks with this. And you also have some good brow bone colours in here, which is one is matte, one is shimmer. I just think that overall this eyeshadow palette provides a great variety of different eyeshadow colours that you can use to create an amazing eyeshadow looks. And for $6.99, I don't think anyone can complain. The quality is amazing, hands down, literally number 2 in my top 3 eyeshadow palettes. And the last eyeshadow palette, which is number 1 eyeshadow palette from Makeup Revolution, that I would hands down recommend. I would tell you, if you haven't got this palette already, run out the door and go and get it, or go on a website and get it. It does retail for £10, so it is like the most expensive out of these 3, but it's still so much more affordable than like the usual eyeshadow palette from high end or whatever, and also it is cheaper than some of the other eyeshadow palettes in drugstore. And it is the Makeup Revolution and Soph Does Nails eyeshadow palette. It looks like this. It is definitely a unique packaging to Makeup Revolution when it comes to their eyeshadow palette. I had the box, I don't know where it went, but basically this eyeshadow palette also has the most of the eyeshadows in the actual palette from the eyeshadows that I've shown you. This one has 24 eyeshadows in it, and I open it up. Again, it comes with a little slip. I don't know where I put it, but the names are definitely unique because Soph Does Nails has created it. But you open it up, and this is what it looks like. These are the eyeshadows, and then you got the mirror as well. And as you can see, these eyeshadows are absolutely stunning. You have all kinds of different shades of transitions and matte. Also some amazing shimmer colours. You have for different occasions, you have colours that you can use for everyday look, going to school, going to work, colours you can use during winter, during autumn, but also colours that you can use during spring and summer. You have amazingly pigmented mattes, amazingly pigmented shimmers. I've so far not found a single eyeshadow in here, in this palette, that didn't work for me. I don't know what else to say. Like, you have just amazing choice of eyeshadows. If you buy this eyeshadow palette, you will never ever need any other eyeshadow palette in your life. I have been reaching out for this eyeshadow palette for almost 2 weeks now. I have been reaching out for some of the more subtle matte shades for going to work. I have been reaching out for these eyeshadows for example, this look right here. I have a video where I review this eyeshadow palette and go in more detail about this eyeshadow palette, and I'll throw it in the cards right here or here, I can't remember. And I also have a tutorial which is a fall grungy look, and I'll throw that in the cards as well for you if you want to check it out. But basically, overall, this there's nothing, you can't go wrong with this eyeshadow palette. It's £10, it'll last you forever. I have been using it, as I said, every day for almost 2 weeks, and there is still no sign of me completely using it up. This is hands down the best Makeup Revolution palette out there, in my personal opinion. This is the best Makeup Revolution palette that they have ever brought out, and I think that it is a massive well done to both Makeup Revolution and Soph Does Nails. So I don't have anything negative to say about this eyeshadow palette. I think that it's absolutely worth it for you to get this palette. You'll be saving so much money. The quality is there. I am actually quite surprised that they didn't charge more for this palette because of the amazing quality. And yeah, it's time for me to show you some swatches of my favourite shades. So here are some swatches of the eyeshadows. I tried to again fit as many as I could on my hand without it being overcrowded. These are some of my most favourite shades, not all of them, but some of them from this eyeshadow palette, especially this petrol colour right here, which is what it's called. And I rarely remember the names of the actual eyeshadows in the palette, but I definitely remembered the shade petrol. And I don't know, overall I think you can't go wrong with this palette. You have some cool tones, you have some warm tones, they blend well. All of these eyeshadow palettes, their eyeshadows blend well, they're buildable, they're pack a punch if you try, and they just wear really, really well throughout the day, especially this one. So yeah, not much else I can say about this eyeshadow palette, other than just go and get it if you haven't got it just yet. So yeah guys, this is all for the top 3 Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palettes. As I said, all the links are down below. Don't forget to check out the 2 videos I mentioned to you in the cards. It's the actual review on the Makeup Revolution Soph Does Nails eyeshadow palette, and there is also a separate tutorial on grungy fall makeup look using this palette. And yeah, other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know if you have any favorite eyeshadow palettes from Makeup Revolution. And yeah, I'm gonna leave you to it. I'm gonna leave you to your day, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!